Spoken with many officers, including that one we interviewed last night. They're all telling me the same thing. They are afraid to do their job. They feel if they do it, they're not going to get the support that they would need and the backup that they would need to do their jobs, thus the surge in violence. What are you hearing?
Sean, the Baltimore City Police Department, the officers particularly on the street, have been eviscerated. They've been disemboweled. Their guts removed to have the courage to go out there and do this job. They're very fearful that if you go out there and be proactive, which we all should be doing in law enforcement today, we can't afford to be reactive, especially in urban areas. Those officers are no longer being proactive, and as you see, the violence has surged. We've had 36 homicides in the last 27 days alone in Baltimore City. This is absolutely unacceptable, and I hope this is a shot fired across the bow of mayors and urban leaders across this country. Once you disembowel your law enforcement officers, and you can no longer expect them to go out there and protect you or protect your communities. This is very troubling, the worst I've ever seen in 31 years of law enforcement.
Murder rate is up 60% year over year in the city. The homicide rate up year over year, 60% in New York. This past weekend, 12 people killed in Chicago, dozens more shot and injured, many more shootings. You have 9 killed in Baltimore. You have the surge of violence. Is this now spreading across the country? Cops feeling they're not going to do their job, put their lives at risk because they're not going to be supported? Is that the general feeling they have? Is that causing this?
That is a very accurate reflection of what I hear on a daily basis from law enforcement across this country. I'm hearing it all the time. They're fearful at doing their jobs, and as you've said very accurately and succinctly before, the president was very quick to weigh in on Trayvon Martin, very quick to weigh in, as you well know, on the Michael Brown case and Eric Garner case, but he's not used any of his presidential influence or power to stop the violence that's occurring in Baltimore City, in Chicago, where Rahm Emanuel, his former chief of staff, is currently the mayor. Nothing's been done about this at all, and those citizens living in these urban areas.
Let me play the president attacking police, weighing in before the facts are known in many of these cases, and get your reaction to this and his deafening silence on all of these murders that are happening in many big cities. So here's what he's been saying.
The Cambridge police acted stupidly. There is a long history in this country of African Americans and Latinos being stopped by law enforcement disproportionately. And that's just a fact. The African American community is looking at this issue through a set of experiences and a history that doesn't go away. The African American community is also knowledgeable that there is a history of racial disparities in the application of our criminal laws. In too many communities around the country, a gulf of mistrust exists between local residents and law enforcement. In too many communities, too many young men of color are left behind and seen only as objects of fear. There are some bad politicians who are corrupt. There are folks in the business community or on Wall Street who don't do the right thing. Well, there's some police who aren't doing the right thing. I think there are police departments that have to do some soul searching.
All right, Sheriff, I want to get your reaction to that. What do you think? Has the president impacted this?
Sean, he's impacted it tremendously. The racial disparities have grown exponentially under the Obama administration, under Eric Holder's leadership. We have seen this grow rapidly over the last several years. Race relations were the best I had ever seen 8 or 10 years ago. They have eroded tremendously under the Obama administration, Eric Holder, the worst I've ever seen.
All right, Sheriff, thank you so much for being with us here now with more reaction. The Black Sphere's Kevin Jackson is back with us, civil rights attorney Dwight Pettit, and Fox News senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera. You said something last week that really grabbed my attention. You said, yeah, Black lives matter only when
they are killed by cops. It is infuriating to me. I heard Elijah Cummings, the congressman who represents the West Baltimore area, say to me and to the crowd during the protest, as he was nobly trying to calm things down. He said the police violence against young black men is the civil rights issue of our day. It is not the civil rights issue of our day. The civil rights issue of our day is black people killing black people. And it is infuriating to me how everybody is dancing around the real issue. For example, in Baltimore, 109 homicides this year, 99 of them black on black. 12 homicides this week, 11 of them black on black. In New York City, 9 killed, all of it black on black. This has to stop. This is the civil rights issue of our day, Sean. Black people killing black people.
Let me put this to the